Bryan, what about Last Flag Flying scared you?
The character I played in Last Flag was huge. He is a massive consumer. He takes the air out of the room. He says yes to everything. Drugs, drink, women, but he also says yes to being a friend. He's the first one to say, what do you need? And I told Richard Linklater, I said, I feel like the only way I can really understand this character is if I go way out there. So when I go out on that limb, if you start to hear it crack, pull me back.
How did it happen that this boy was shot in the back of the head like a dog?
He was a brave Marine, credit to the Corps, and he served his country well.
Yes, he did. So did we all. Every one of us here. And we'd do it again if we had the chance.
What's going on, Sal?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I know there were takes when I was just massive, but I have to try that in order to feel like, oh, that was wrong, and to try to find that sweet spot. It's ephemeral. It comes and goes. You can't repeat it take after take. It depends on how you feel at any given time. But it was a beautiful film and lovely bonding with Steve Carell and Lawrence Fishburne and having Richard Linklater to be our conductor. It's very heartfelt, and it was a great experience.
I've turned down roles because, amongst other things, the idea of wearing a corset for like 6 months, I was like, I can't do that.
Or a full-on prosthetic.
Oh, yeah.
Completely,
Yeah.
You've done that, haven't you?
Yes, I've done that. It can be very claustrophobic, actually. When you're the only connection to life is through the nostrils. That's the only thing. Everything else is covered. It's a little daunting and then to act in that for 14 hours. It's just so that's a bit much. But I took on Lyndon Johnson because of the fact that I could research the first president that I ever really paid any attention to. I was about 7 years old when Kennedy was killed. And then I knew something was gravely wrong. My parents and every neighbor was weeping during this. And I thought, I need to pay attention. There's something going on that's more important than me. And at 7, it was my first breaking out of my own self-centered nature, And this new president was Lyndon Johnson. And then years later, I had this opportunity to play him. So, I mean, for actors, I love the research part of it.
Yeah, me too.
To be able to dive in and go through a treasure chest of who knows what, and then you couple that with your imagination and the text and your talent, and you put it all together and hope for the best.
Do you consider yourself a mentor when you're on set?
I don't, but others may. I present myself when you lead a cast, you have the opportunity to wear the mantle of a leader,
Right.
and I choose to do that. But I don't have to be. If I'm not, it depends on where the energy goes. I just did a movie with Kevin Hart, and he takes over. And I was happy to step back and go, you run it. Right. And he was a blast and a hard worker and a great, so I don't have to, but I think it's important to do it if that is your responsibility, if you're number one on the call sheet. I always make it a point to greet. You said something earlier about having that one line. It's really tough. It is tough. So I make sure that when anybody comes on to a movie or a television show that I'm doing, or producing or whatever, and they have that one line and they're nervous as hell, is to reach out and to welcome them to that, because for 2 reasons. It's the right thing to do. It's to reach out and help them out. But when they calm down, if someone is calm, they do better.
I'm curious, Bryan, is there something on your IMDb page that you would love to expunge? One thing.
Amazon Women from the Moon.
Oh, interesting. Is that real?
Is one of my favorites, so it's not that. That's a real movie. Yeah, Joe Dante directed it. And
what was your role?
You made that up.
That was early on. I think I was paramedic number 2, back when you didn't have names, you know. And so,
Yes, I know that.
it was just a silly. I never saw it, so I don't even know what it's about, really. But
It's about Amazon women on the moon.
aside from the Amazon women on the moon, I had known nothing about it. Apparently, one of them needed a paramedic, I guess.
Ready?
Okay, quiet on set.
And I look down the lens.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hi, I'm Margot Robbie.
Bryan Cranston.
Robert Pattinson.
John Boyega.
Sam Rockwell.
Willem Dafoe.
Emma Stone.
Allison Janney.
Guillermo del Toro, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching The Hollywood Reporter
The Hollywood Reporter.
The Hollywood Reporter.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.